That's how death could reign over us. Adam took our life and he hid it in the flesh and he hid it in the world. That's how death could reign over us. But Jesus came in the likeness of sinful flesh and on account of sin, so that God could conquer the death that was reigning over us by absorbing our death into the body of Jesus on the cross and then ending death's dominion over us in the body of his resurrection. Jesus came and lived from the persuasion that said the substance of his life is not contained in the flesh. Jesus came and lived from the persuasion that said the substance of his life is not contained in what could happen to him in this world. He came and he lived from that persuasion. And because of this, the faith that he came and lived from strengthened him to resist the sin of trusting in the flesh and the world for life. It strengthened him, that persuasion, that his life was not hid in the world, that his life was not hid in the flesh. It strengthened him in the inner man to resist the temptation of trusting in the flesh for life. It strengthened him in the inner man to resist the temptation to find the report of his life and what was happening to him on the cross. See how that goes down? Now, because of that, it resulted in his death to the life that is contained in the flesh. Because of that, it resulted in his death to the life that is contained in the world. So that in his death, we could die with him to a life that was held by the flesh. So that in his death, we could die to the kind of life that was held by the world, that was subject to decay and death. And we could be raised up with him to an indestructible life, a life that has overcome death, a life that is no longer subject to the decay and the destruction that is in the world, a life that is contained in the Spirit of the living God. Hallelujah! Verse 9 says,